Chapter 19. Sri Sadguru said, a person who gets the darshan of Sri Bhagavan due to his boundless grace develops single minded devotion and gives up all attachment to worldly affairs. One who has got the darshan of Lord Hari gets detached from the world immediately. What use does ordinary drinks have to one who has tasted the divine nectar? Many cheats acting as yogis, deceive the ordinary innocent people, saying that they have had the darshan of Sri Bhagavan. What use do food and drinks and women and wealth have for the one who has seen face to face Lord Vishnu, the embodiment of eternal bliss? Getting the darshan of Sri Bhagavan, the very embodiment of jnana, one gets rid of worldly duties, gets intoxicated with loving devotion, and becomes a firm believer. Yogi Gopala Deshikar could see Lord Keshava face to face with the strength of Japa Yoga. He becomes intoxicated with the divine ecstasy. He was never mindful of the welfare of the family. He was always immersed in the dhyana of Sri Rama and chanting of his divine name. Rajagopala Deshika, with unwavering faith, left the house and set out towards the holy city of Ayodhya. Looking at her husband, who had set out for Ayodhya, his devoted wife Lakshmi Ammal also followed him along with their children. That exalted personality, who had shed off all fears and responsibilities, started towards Ayodhya with his wife, children, and many Vaishnavas, carrying his Rama Murti seated in a palanquin and singing his divine names unceasingly. He went from village to village. People in each village developed great interest in Nama Sankirtan and became sincere devotees at his very darshan. In each village, the people welcomed him with Purna Kumbham and respected him and held him in high esteem. He came to Sri Rangam and had the darshan of Sri Ranganatha. The gracious Lord Ranganatha presented himself in the form of Balagopala, surrounded by a halo, to the Bhakta Sri Rajagopala Deshika. Then, highly satisfied, the seer went to Sri Villiputtur very happily and had the darshan of the garden of Devi Goda. Then he joyfully visited Tirumali Runcholai, Vana, Vanamamalai, and Madurai, and reached Ramasetu finally. The Ramabhakta stayed there for 15 days. With great devotion, he performed Akandanama Bhajan, non stop chanting of the divine name for a period there. The Vaishnavottama visited the holy places in Kerala and reached Thiruvananthapuram, where he had the darshan of Lord Padmanabha to his heart's content. Then he went to Guruvayur, from there to Yadugiri, and lastly to Pandaripuram, where he had the darshan of Lord Panduranga. Then that great seer reached Kashi after visiting Dwaraka, Prabhasa Kshetra, and Kurukshetra. Then through Prayag, he reached Chitrakuta. He stayed there for a long time reciting Valmiki Ramayanam. There he performed the coronation of this Murti, Sri Rama. Afterwards, along with the Bhaktas and his relatives, he reached Ayodhya. Entering Ayodhya, he started dancing very happily, shouting loudly again and again like a lunatic, "This is the holy Ayodhya." He circumambulated Ayodhya and spent his time in taking holy dips in river Sarayu and carrying on Ramadhyana. Highly satisfied, that Bhakta stayed there for a large number of days and performed the puja of Sri Rama. Then he started his pilgrimage and once again reached Naimisharanya after visiting Sri Brindavan and Govardhana and taking holy dip in Yamuna. Then he took a holy bath in Pushkara and reached Gaya. There he performed the Shraddha of his ancestors and then came to Jagannath Puri. Then he had the darshan of his beloved Sri Rama at Bhadrachalam. After that, through Kurmakshetra, he reached Ahobilam and had the darshan of Sri Narasimha. From there, he went to Tirumala and had the darshan of Sri Venkateshwara. He stayed there too happily for a long time, engaged in the dhyana of Srinivasa. Bhagavan Sri Venkateshwara appeared before him along with his 8 consorts Ashtalakshmis in the course of his strolls on the mountain and the forest. Afterwards, that Vaishnavottama went to Kanchipuram and had the darshan of Sri Varada and finally returned to his native village. Thus ends chapter 19, entitled Sri Rajagopala Deshika Charitam 4 of Book 10 of Sri Vaishnava Samhita, composed by Shri Krishna Premi Swamigal.